I skyrocketed off of a viral video. And for me, I did the work afterwards, and I wrote material and I toured and I hustled. But getting to that like break, I know there's so many comics who went through years and years of, MC, feature, like driving their car 6 hours just to get a 15-minute spot. And then when they
Yep.
get there, they bomb, but then they still drive 6 hours to the next one. And like, people like really paid some dues to get to where I was starting.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that my dues looked differently. And it was kind of like when I got to where I was, that's when the work ethic came in, because sometimes if you hit success too soon, you don't have the character to sustain it. You don't have the work ethic to sustain it. But for me, I had those things. I had a good head on my shoulders. I had my intentions right. I had work ethic. I had character. I had faith. I had all of those things that sustained where I was. And I had my eye on the prize. I had goals. I wasn't swayed by like party over here, or let's just get wasted and then wake up late for press the next morning or whatever. Like, I was very responsible with this gift that I had been given,
Mm-hmm.
and made sure that I stewarded it well so that I could continue to grow and earn things from there.
Sounds like you're very organized.
I mean, sure. Yeah. And
You said you
sometimes
have goals. A lot of times comics are like, well, I'll just do this 6 hour gig for $50 because that's what we got to do. But it seems like with the internet, and you're an example of that, we can create our own success with the right intention behind it.
yeah, 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 yeah. Intention, um, eye on the prize, like bigger picture, understanding like maybe you put all this work into creating this video and
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't go viral. That doesn't mean give up. That just means make a few more, because when somebody sees that and goes, oh, that's kind of funny, I wonder if they have anything else, and they look for something else, and like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of funny too. And then, oh, I'm going to follow them on Instagram just and see. And then like a couple months later, you show up in their feed, and then here's your other video that you just made that is funnier than the other ones, and now they're like, oh my god, I'm going to send this one to all my friends. But if you were like, oh, see, I put all this work into this video, it didn't even go viral, it only got like 30 views on it, like people don't like it, like you keep creating because you are a creative person,
Mm.
and you put your creative art out there, and then if people respond to it, they respond to it. It's really like, that's not your business what they respond to if you're creating as a creative person. When you put your authentic self out there, hopefully people respond to it like, ooh, that's good. But the second you start creating to impress them,
Mm.
to get their validation, to get their view, everybody's different. You're not for everybody. So then you're going to get insecure. Like, it didn't work. Like, I was trying to be what they wanted me to be and it didn't work. Well, nobody wants you to be, they want you to be you. Like, show up and be you. When I first started stand up, I was trying to pretend I was super Mexican, and I would, all my early jokes when I talk about my mom and my dad, they have an accent and they're very like, "Ay, mija, you threw the ball over there," and like all this stuff. My mom does not speak Spanish at all. My dad does not speak Spanish. I'm fourth generation Mexican, and it wasn't until I started like owning that. I still have people that their favorite jokes of mine is the one where it's one of my first jokes where, and I'm talking about my mom and dad and their very Spanish accent and how I spank everybody's kids because that's how Mexican people do it. And I still have people that are like, "Oh my god, that's like my favorite joke," and I was like, "Wow, it's like my first one when I wasn't even being true to myself." But thank you, I'm glad you responded to it and liked
Hmm.
it, because I knew it was funny. It made people laugh. It just wasn't me. But when I started owning me and being just me, not who I thought they wanted me to be, but owning, I don't speak Spanish. Let me write a joke about how I don't speak Spanish instead of pretending that I speak Spanish and hope they don't catch me. So when I started owning that and being true to who I am, people respond to authenticity. People respond to that truth. And so that's when I really started to see like more growth.
Hot breath.